Hi everyone, and welcome to Changeling the Lost Littlebrook Reunion. The last episode. Forever. Perhaps. Or perhaps there will be an epilogue. We'll see if anyone survives tonight. Anyway, I'm Chris, the Primogen, your storyteller for tonight. And with me, as always, I have my amazing players. This time around, I am going to call out your names and you introduce yourselves. See if that works. So let's start with Harry.
Hi, I'm Harry. I play Nate, and he is Ferris.
Thank you very much. Then we'll go to Silas or to Trav.
Hey guys, I'm Trav. I play Silas, who is an ogre.
Thank you very much. We'll go on to Nova.
I'm Megan. I play Nova, and she's a beast.
Perfect, thank you. We'll go to Tide.
Hi, I'm Kitsu, and I play Tide, and Tide is an elemental.
Thank you. Jonas. Adam.
Hi, I am Adam, and I play Jonas, a Darkling.
Brilliant, thank you. And last but not least, Toring.
Hi, I'm the Toring, and I play Lars. He is a wizened and the grumpy old man of the group.
Perfect, thank you very much. We've been playing together since, I believe, September last year. So, it's been a while. And we're going to do a little recap in a bit. But, Toring, do we have any announcements to make?
The big announcement is that the Legend Lore Kickstarter kicked off an hour ago. It is already at, let me hit refresh here. Out of 15,000, 3,375. So off to a good start for only an hour in.
Nice.
Legend Lore is a kind of a new concept. I think in the times in the world that we're living in right now, it's a great concept. Essentially what it is that it is people from the modern world transported between or through a portal to another land. And this game is all about inclusivity. It's all about making sure that everybody is represented. And it's based on a comic book. And it looks pretty darn cool. So go check that out on the Kickstarter. I think they will probably have links to it over on the side. They generally do that with their Kickstarters. So check that out. It's kind of like D&D, but a little bit more. It seems like it's a little bit more high fantasy even than like D&D. So check that out, and that's really all I've got.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let me do a little bit of a recap to what happened last time. Last time was essentially a session of planning. You had recovered the meteorite. And you were essentially reconvening with Lars in his basement. But before you did that, you went to have a... Did you have the picnic last time? Or was that the time before that?
It was the time before, I think.
Ah, right.
No, I think we had last time.
I think you had a picnic. You bought some strawberry pies and some more pies from Joan. You went out to have a picnic on the green. Well, some of you anyway. I believe that was Tide, Nate, and Silas. You had the picnic at the green. You had a bit of a musical event. A small local band playing on the stage. Well, practicing on the stage. Nate got up and danced. And pretty much everyone else in the park, except for you guys, joined in the dance. Unless you really wanted to join in, because you did. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Nova had a massive breakthrough with the local ghost, which reminds me, I need to write something down. The ghost actually started talking to Nova. They got to know each other, and Nova said, "You can move on, it's fine." And the ghost moved on. Or did she? Lars, meanwhile, or actually before we go to Lars, Jonas, you went to see your old flame. Unfortunately, Allison had decided to move out of town, being done with Littlebrook. Jonas seemed content with that for a little while. Went to the cemetery, sat by his childhood friend's grave for a little bit, contemplated things, talked about it. Figured no, you know what? She's not moving. Went and got bleach and poured it into the gas tank, completely ruining the car of Allison, potentially endangering her life. We don't know. But that certainly was a thing that happened. And, Torin, can you send me the link over Discord, and I can put it in the chat?
Yep.
All right. And Jonas, you also scared the living crap out of a couple of kids. Felt good. And after that, you all sort of reconvened over at Lars's place, where he'd shown you that he'd been able to craft a blade. While you were there, the egg of the dragon, the former mount of Silas's, cracked, exposed to the energies of the meteorite, and a small purplish-reddish fuchsia-colored dragon jumped out, ate some pie, nibbled on Nate, who it didn't like at all. Seemed fairly well adjusted, all things considered. And trying to think, was there anything else that happened? It was a lot of talking last time, I remember. A lot of planning. No?
I think we like made the basis of a plan.
Yes. Yeah.
And decided what to do. Go and examine the place where Benzoslaus was hidden before.
Right. That's right. The hole in the ground, the giant machinery that you found, and the room with pillars in the middle. And I think we're about to start. But before we do, I do have a few words I would like to say. There's really not a lot that I can say tonight that hasn't been said already by better people whose voices carry more weight. But what I do want to say, and what I hope I can say for everyone gathered here in the game, is that we support and believe in the Black Lives Matter movement. And we hope that everyone is safe out there. We're hoping for a change. And we're hoping that this is going to lead to something better. And we hope and pray that it will. Stay safe. We love you. And Black Lives Matter. And now let's begin the last storytelling game even, of Beautiful Madness. I think I got it right this time. But I shouldn't have said that last part out loud. Okay. It is... Were you leaving for the hole in the ground when it's still a couple of days left? Or are you just lazying around until it's just one day left?
No, I think we were going to examine the hole in the ground, and we were going to pitch the idea to the rest of the city eventually as well.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you head over there. Who's heading over there? I'm going to assume that Lars is hard at work, working over that 1,200 pounds of meteoric glass. That's going to be used for quite
a little busy. Yeah, a little busy for a while.
Oh, yeah. Let's get rid of that. So, yes.
Jonas is heading there, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If Jonas announces his intent to go there, then Nate will follow. But yeah, if he doesn't,
Jonas announces.
Okay, brilliant. So then Nate will follow.
Nate, Tide, Jonas, Silas, Nova.
Yeah, Nova will follow. Though she'll say, we should get Flicker when we get a second. I mean. Yeah, she should probably know what's going on. I don't know if that would change what she's going to do, but, that just seems right.
Guys, I'd love to follow, but Silas has something to take care of in the hedge first.
Right. So we will go to Silas first, then, if there's something Silas needs to take care of. What exactly would that be?
Silas is chasing his dragon for the past few hours. At first, he didn't know where it was going, but then he realized that the dragon is taking him into the hedge for some reason. And then he's wondering why he's even here. Why has the dragon returned to this place? And he notices as he follows the dragon now through the hedge, and the dragon starts eating the fruits that grow there, that it's becoming larger. Much larger, in fact. It's starting to regain some of the powers and abilities it once had. But where the dragon once had massive fangs that could absolutely devastate an opponent, now its focus, its ability has become more protective. Something that could carry people to and from Littlebrook on its back if it had to. Something that would not just be a creature of the hedge anymore, but have the potential to act in the real world. It's not going to be the deciding factor of the battle. Because of its less violent abilities, it wouldn't even be as strong as it once was. But it might be different, and it might be something that can change things. And as Silas follows the dragon in its wake, he realizes his own hands are changing. They're becoming grayer, more rock-like. He's pretty certain now that if he hits anything coming from the Fae with this, they're going to get hurt fairly badly. It's like the lethal mean attribute in the hedge. So he's starting to change, and as the dragon is becoming, like I said, less dangerous, but large enough now that he can ride it along with the rest of the group if they really had to. So with that, they return back to the real world as the dragon looks a little more mundane, but what do you think it would look like as it came into the real world again?
It's a good question.
The beetle turned into a car, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough question. I'm going to say that in the town of Littlebrook, I don't know if you require a flight permit to go over the town, but I think you've gotten yourself a small, fairly basic helicopter, you know, the kind of base frame, like a news helicopter from maybe the 80s, 70s, you know, with a small body, thin frame, bubbly glass panels on the side. Obviously in a starkly fuchsia color, so it stands out like a sore thumb in the sky, but it's a helicopter. It's got open sides, like no doors on the side of the helicopter either. Pretty dangerous to get into, but if you know how to fly it, or if it lets you fly it, then sure. All right.
Sweet, thanks, man.
Of course. And the dragon, of course, comes back with you, changed, but still there in a way. You can still sense that it is it's kind of raring to go. It's been cooped up a little too long in the egg, and you do share still a kind of a what you sense it senses, and vice versa, and you feel a strange desire for strawberry pie for some reason. Some reason. All right, and we'll go to the 4 or 5 if you're bringing with you Flicker, heading towards the underground labyrinthian machinery. You're standing outside the giant oak, the old oak, which has this passageway leading down into the ground. This is the normal way to enter. I'm assuming you're going that way and you're not rappelling down the giant hole in the ground that someone created all the way back. Or are you?
Yeah, we're heading. Jonas is heading down the stairs in the oak.
Okay. How many? Oh yeah, everyone's been down here before. I remember. I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, I think everyone went down. Something you notice right away is that the sensations you had before last time you went down here, the memories, the overwhelming emotions, urges that might have gripped you are gone. But not the noise from the machinery. It is loud. It is clanging and hissing and whirring. And as you enter into the first chamber, the machinery around the walls are just thrumming with life. It's pistons, it's cogs turning. You have still no idea what this machinery is or what it does, but it is certainly still operating. There's lights flickering on and off. You see strange liquids pumping through pipes. You think you see a mouse running in a wheel at some point, but then the hatch kind of closes and the thing moves along a weird tractor band, and then you just lose sight of it. It's as if this machinery is constantly evolving and changing before your eyes.
We should probably ask the other ones what this thing does and see if it can be used to our advantage for some reason or in some way.
Is that a mouse?
I think so. It's weird.
Should we just hit this thing? Like, hit it a lot? Like, it's super weird. So I'm thinking, let's just hit it.
Wasn't it down when Trick and Stick tried to steal stuff, that there was machinery down in the sewers as well? Do I remember that there was machinery?
Like yeah. If you're asking me, absolutely, there was a lot of machinery. Not quite to the same extent as this, but there was some. Yeah.
Do you think this is part of the contract stuff thing?
Flicker just kind of goes over to him and says, I could put it on fire if you want.
Let's hold on that for now and see if we can use it in some way instead.
Because we're gonna hit it first, and then if that doesn't work, we'll put it on fire. We'll be partners. Me and Flicker, hit it and burn it.
Oh, I gotta show you something later, Nova.
Oh, okay.
We can go upstairs.
Why did you want to come here?
Don't show them. No, I just think that Flicker's part of the team. This is like team building. Don't worry about it. I won't let Flicker do anything rash.
I won't do anything rash. This will have been very planned out.
High five.
Not to be a negative Nancy or something. Is that what they still say these days? But you've been planning to burn shit since before we went to Scrimler. So,
and when has it ever failed us?
I think there will be lots of opportunities to burn stuff quite soon. Just contain it for now and release it all the more later.
All right.
Should we just go around, see what other rooms there are down here? See what we have to work with. I remember there were the chamber where Wenceslaus lied and some other weird rooms as well. I don't quietly. Yeah, let's check it out. Jonah starts because there was like a three-way crossing from the first chamber, right, or something.
Yes. Let me take out my notes. You are currently, I believe, in the... Let me see here. Let me see if I can find my... This is a long time ago. This is session 5?
Yep.
God, I can't even read my own notes. I believe you enter green room, and from the green room there is a line to a orange, purple, and a blue room, essentially. And I believe was there? No. You entered a purple room, and from the purple room there was the orange, yellow, and blue. And the yellow couldn't be reached right away because the yellow room is where Wenceslas was, so you had to go around it, basically. That's correct. You went to the blue room, which had the water in it, and you used the water passageway to get to the yellow room.
Is that the one where I nearly shot Tide, or was that the purple?
Yeah, no. Between the purple and blue.
That's one of the times you nearly shot Tide.
Yeah, between the purple and blue is one of the times you nearly shot Tide. Oh, the one time you nearly shot Tide, it wasn't the time you shot Tide. The other time I
hit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's an important distinction to make. Only twice. It's not a lot. I would say it's not even a pattern, to be honest. Don't know why they give you crap for that. So, where are you going? Are you exploring these rooms?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to drag this out because obviously there's quite a lot of rooms. But what you do find is that whatever safety measures or means of protection were here before don't seem to apply anymore. You go into the orange room and there is a depiction of a large sphinx sitting on the wall, and it looks almost alive, yet it's guarding the entrance to a red corridor and a yellow corridor, yet if you approach either of them, nothing happens. This is the orange room. And as you go further in, there's seemingly all kinds of challenges. I thought for a second my microphone wasn't on. There's all kinds of challenges that don't seem to apply to you, almost as if they were put in there for someone else. There's a red room, there's a gray room, a black room, like dark, literal dark light when you're in there. Teal, all kinds of different colors. You count at the end 11 rooms. But the only room that has anything of importance in it, you would say, is the yellow room, the one where you found Wenceslas in. And these corridors, they branch off in all kinds of different ways. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. It's about 23 ways, different tunnels, all connecting these rooms together. It really doesn't, it kind of seems a little bit superfluous because you can get to every room, but like there's directions going all over the place. There's machinery in almost all of these rooms, much more visibly now than they were last time you were here. There's all kinds of, like, one room has a mechanical sky in it with a little mechanical moon, like a clockwork moon moving across the sky and a clockwork sun. Another room has essentially looks like this leisure palace with divans and large pillows and a little pool to lie in and tapestries and all kinds of things. Another room is just a bunch of blades poking out of the wall. It doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason to it. Like, every room has a theme, but you can't quite figure out what the theme is.
You guys think we could fortify this area? This place?
I'm thinking that as well.
We could move the refugees down here, block off the choke points, have people guard them.
How about we return to gather everyone, maybe like keep Lars on the phone or something, talk to Matthew and Blackbird and just lay down the plans now, see what they know. Maybe they know how they can make this, like get this, all the security magics that we encounter, that it can get it working for us instead, maybe.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
If it's possible at all. But that would be great.
Here's a thought also. Did they employ the courts? Because we made contracts with the courts. If we don't ask them for shit now, we might never get the chance to.
Yeah. I haven't yet, but I'm planning on it.
You didn't go through with it yet?
No.
You don't have to.
I want to, though, before this.
Right. Well, those of us that yeah, sorry, you go first.
Should we? Yeah, those you have made the deals already, or the bound yourself to a court. Maybe try to contact them if there's possible. But should we meet up with the others? Try to gather everyone and just do a final planning where we're all on the same page and we can all work with this together.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay then. Should we see if Lars can join us for just like an hour in the planning, and then he can go back to his workshop, or should we just let him work?
Well, why don't we try to ask him.
We could go to the workshop and do the planning in there while he works.
Yeah, and we call there Madeline and everyone from before us there as well. Good idea.
Yeah.
I look at my phone. I remember there was no reception down here.
You gotta grow up.
Yeah, but this was much bigger than I thought, and if we can get this working for us, that might be a huge advantage as well. But let's go up and call the others, and go to Lars.
You head upstairs. You get reception. As soon as you take the last step up the tunnel, you get full bars. Surprisingly, because you're in the middle of the woods, but I guess northern Minnesota has good reception. You're calling Lars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Lars.
Hey, what's up?
We were thinking of having the big meeting with everyone now. Is it okay if we do it in your workshop so you can join us?
What do you mean by everyone?
There's a strange background buzz while you're talking to Lars, by the way, when you're
like Matthew, Madeline, Deputy, everyone.
There's barely enough room in my shop for us, so maybe the library's a better choice.
Yeah. Do you think you have time to join us?
Yeah, I can pop over there real quick.
Yeah, I'll call everyone over and we'll meet there as soon as possible.
Okay, you guys are out at the site, right?
Yeah, and we hope that we might be able to use it. We will have to ask Matthew and the others if they know anything about this play, but it was a lot bigger than what we explored last time. A lot more like security systems, it looks like.
Oh, well, if we can figure out how to turn that all back on.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what, I'll meet you there in 15, 20 minutes.
Perfect. See you there.
Okay.
And then I'll call Matthew.
Okay. You're calling Matthew. It rings a few times. Then the phone answers. Still the same buzzing noise in the background, but no voice replying.
Matthew?
Oh, yeah, yes. Hi, hello. This is yeah. Oh, right, Jonas. Hello.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. I was asleep.
Okay. Yeah, we were thinking of having planning for what's to come and gather everyone at the library, like now.
The library now.
Yeah, in
all right.
50 minutes, half an hour, if that's okay.
Certainly, I can get the word out.
Thank you. We'll be right there.
Of course. Library, 15-30 minutes.
Exactly.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.
I turn to the others and I think my phone is broken or something. It keeps buzzing when I'm calling.
Well, I was going to answer hers and pick up person first and see if she just hears anything on when it's not calling anybody.
No.
She's going to just try real quick. She's just going to call Amanda. I'm going to try something. Just 1 second. Doop, boop, 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 boop.
Hi, Nadine, Nova. No, is that you?
Oh, hi. Oh, I didn't mean to call you, but dial. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye. Boop. Okay, so yeah, there's like a weird noise on here, and it's kind of weird, and it's probably something we should pay attention to.
Okay, no more names then.
No more phones then. Hopefully, if we can meet everyone now.
Let's go.
Noah throws it down on the ground and steps on her phone.
Maybe.
Hey!
No! Okay, I solved my problem.
Fine.
Flicker's just like sets fire to what remains of it. Yeah.
Guys!
We're the security team.
I fixed it.
Yeah. Hey, will you set mine a little on fire too? I don't know if I'm strong enough to crush it.
No.
What?
Oh, I set yours
Keep
on
the
fire. I'm not
fire.
gonna break my phone.
Yay! Oh, wait a second. Set your phone on fire, Flicker.
Matthew gave this to me.
Yeah, I know, and it's. I like the phone too.
She throws it on the ground and sets it on fire. It's a very bad smell. It's like burnt plastic and metal.
That's the smell of victory.
Well, now put it out, because I'm not gonna do it.
I don't really put out fires. That's not my thing.
Nova will pick up some dirt and kind of like.
Look at you getting sassy.
Okay. Is that okay, Tide? Now it's covered in dirt and on fire and smushed.
I don't know.
I know. I think some of us care about security and other of us don't, but that's fine. I had games on mine too, but I'll just re-download them sometime.
I just said no more names, so shush.
Well, I don't have to worry about mine. I can say names all I want. Okay. Oh, I think I've crossed. Hey, Flicker, I'm just gonna be quiet for a little bit because I feel like I've crossed the line. Okay.
No, you're fine. I've just been grumpy.
Take it out on your phone.
Yeah.
No!
Been grumpy, more like always grumpy, am I right?
Hey, I heard that.
What?
All right, everyone. Let's eyes on the prize, everyone. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yep, time for the town council meeting.
Yeah, we should listen to Jonas. He makes good decisions, and he's like a real level-headed guy. You're right. I'm sorry, Jonas.
What are you implying?
Sorry, Jonas.
No worries. Let's just go.
All right. So you go to the library, and I'm going to assume that everyone, Silas, Lars, the whole kit and caboodle are meeting up there.
Absolutely.
Sorry, got a screaming cat again. Let's hope he stops screaming. You meet up at the library, and everyone is there. The entire lower floor of the library is filled with people. You got the 27 refugees from the Sanguine Duke. You've got everyone except for Wenceslas is there. And of course the woodsman, who's not really in town. Madeline is looking very pregnant right now. She's like waddling over to sit down. It's like, phew. All right. So why are we here? She kind of looks at a lot of you.
Plans.
Okay. I'm just gonna huddle up the group a bit. Everyone just come. Remember, they still think that we're going through with a contract. So we need to convince them out of that first, right?
I guess. I think we should also... Honestly, at this point, we just need to come clean. It's too late for them to protest or complain or anything.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Force us?
Right. You wanna?
Sure.
Okay. Who are we gonna? Who do we need to convince for this? Matthew, Madeline.
Yeah.
Both of them. Should we talk to everyone?
Yeah. I think we should just announce it. Rip off the Band-Aid. Okay, people. I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that no one has to die for the contract. The bad news is we're all probably going to die because we didn't do the contract. But
you're not selling it to the audience right now, but they're listening.
We've decided that instead of completing this contract and perpetuating the stagnation of Littlebrook as a town, we're going to make a stand. We're going to stand up against the thing that did this to us, that has kept us under its thumb, living in fear for just so long. We've already made plans, we've been making weapons, and we'd like your support. So who's with me?
Jim is kind of immediately moving to walk towards you, but Patty kind of puts a hand on his arm. He goes, I hear what you're saying, Nate, but take the fight to them. You do realize who you're talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she is coming here as well. And when she does, then we'll meet her and face her here.
Patty kind of looks around to the others. She goes, she's coming here.
Yeah.
And she kind of glances over to Madeline.
Yes.
Okay. What's your idea? Except for, fighting them. Yeah, I got that much, but how?
We have a lot of resources now. The plan is, broadly speaking, we still, we know why she's here, why she's coming. She's coming for, and I nod my head towards Madeline, to take what she feels she's owed. And we'll use that to lure her to a place that we have fortified. And then, when she approaches, we will remove Miss Blackbird to another secure location that we need to have found before. We need these locations, and Tide can transport us via mirrors. And we have Lars is, as of now, making swords and weapons made of a material called redstone, which we saw slew one of them. And I gestured to the refugee changeling. You saw it as well, right? You saw this.
The refugees. I guess maybe. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
The Sanguine Duke is no more because of
we
this.
all.
There's a rustling of a breeze going through the library as soon as Tide says that name.
We also have a favor to call upon by the Arch of Midsummer.
Another rustling through the books.
Jonas,
You keep saying these names. Maybe we
stop
shouldn't
saying
be.
the names.
Yeah, everyone else is looking extremely uncomfortable right now, and Patty's like full on going, about to be like, no more.
Oh, give me a home where the buffaloes start singing.
Tide, what are you doing?
Let's sing a song. That's what we're doing here, right? Come on.
No, we're planning a final stand.
The point is, we have resources to fight, and
Let's finish the song first, okay? So that, we're done with it.
Maybe we can sing the song after.
But maybe we will not be interesting after the song.
You're getting some confused
Where are you
looks.
going with this, Tide?
No one's gonna stand up. Listen,
Trust me.
we're all under a lot of stress, but also
Okay,
we're talking like
fine.
really calm, and I think we should
Nate'll
be more
start
upset.
singing along.
5
No.
minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay, but also like everybody should probably like throw their phones away. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
There's
Sorry.
there's some confusion in the crowd.
Good. Yes. Good. Be confused. It's okay.
No, not confused. Angry. We all have to be angry. Why isn't anyone more angry? And like Nova's kind of like
Because we
getting up on
don't
a
want
desk.
them here, Patty says.
I know. I don't want them either. But they're coming. At least one is coming, and we know. And nothing talking here is not going to stop it. And like trying to placate them
But
is not going to
that's
stop
why
them.
Matthew is doing the contract, right?
The contract didn't do anything though. Like it got broken anyway. You think
Guys.
this one isn't going to break? Don't you want to save the? Don't you want to save the baby?
Well, I was trying to tell you guys, the contract failed because they didn't fulfill their side of it. They sacrificed fetches. That's why the contract failed.
I don't think at this point this is about the efficacy of the contract anymore. I think this is about protecting Miss Blackburn and her baby and protecting Littlebrook. I mean, look, we can do another contract, but it will just mean another however many years of stagnation where nothing changes and nothing happens ever. We need to do something. How are we going to live our lives if we just are under this contract? What's the point?
I agree with Nate.
Nova stands up too. Yeah, we gotta make a stand, or it's just the cycle is going to happen again and again, and we'll always be looking behind us. And I don't want to live that way anymore.
Amanda stands up and then walks over next to Nova and turns around and says, yeah, I think they're right. She kind of touches the spot where her ear used to be. I think we've been running for too long. I think if we all work together and they have this redstone, maybe we can actually do something.
Nova gives Amanda a big hug.
Amanda kind of awkwardly hugs back and smiles. Like, I mean, we can still do worst case scenario, like Plan Z contract, right? What's after Z? Like
1A.
Fire.
1A kind of sounds like it would be right after Plan. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think that's right. I think we should do that. And Jim just kind of walks over to, lumbers up next to Silas, and just, yes.
Oh yeah, Jim.
Just nods back.
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
He holds up his fist to, both of his fists, one to Silas and one to Nate.
I'll fist bump him, not so hard as to, hurt him.
Oh, you get pressed back when he fist bumps you. Jim is pretty big.
Yeah, my fear is just because my lethal mean, my hands are real sharp. But that's what my lethal mean is.
It scrapes against the stone of his hands. He's quite like.
Oh yes, his hands are stone. Correct.
He's Flintstone basically. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Silas isn't quite as big as Jim, nor is his body quite as rocky. But when they press their hands together, they're of the same kind, of the same breed. So it makes sense. There's all the communication that you need.
Mrs. Blackbird kind of looks at all of you and goes, well, I don't think I have any say in this. I will go on with whatever the group decides. I've caused enough trouble already. Matthew just shakes his head and goes, well, I'm not going to be able to stop you, but are you sure this is going to work?
Not at all.
That's reassuring.
Well, what am I supposed to tell you? Oh yeah, we're going up against what is basically a god. And we're going to try to kill it with a bunch of homemade shotgun shells and try to save the town. I mean, this is a long shot.
You said it yourself. The reason that the contract didn't work was because we didn't sacrifice someone. I am willing to take that sacrifice.
We're not going to let you do that.
Well, you can't decide over me. You are not the one who decides if I live or die.
Matthew, how about this? Prep the ritual, and if we fail, do it.
All right.
Give us a chance.
I will need the room in the labyrinth to do it, but I will prepare it. And I won't do it unless there's no other way.
Speaking of the labyrinth, you guys went there and said you had some questions?
Yeah, when we went there last time, when we were sent down there, it had these like magics surrounding it that made it hard to enter. And now we went there this morning, and it wasn't there. Is it possible to still activate them and to protect yourselves within it to bring the fight.
We have no control over those.
What is it?
I'm honestly not sure. They were around long before we came here, and it was simply a place of the most power in the area, so to speak. That's why we conducted the ritual there, the contract.
Well, if we're conducting the ritual there now, we're preparing the contract, worst case scenario, then maybe that's where we make the stand anyways.
I suppose, but there are... Can we guarantee that that's where the fight will happen?
If we put Miss Blackburn... Sorry.
What? No, you go.
If we put Miss Blackburn there, the Fae is coming... the you-know-what is coming for the baby.
Nova's halfway across the room, heading for Nate.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
This is what I was saying. Say something dumb for a minute.
We have to force the... we have to force the fight there.
If we accidentally say a name, I feel like we should... This is why I started singing. If we accidentally say a name or a term that we're not supposed to, they can hear. Maybe? I don't know.
But you have gotten 2 other one of their kind involved in this. Already.
Yeah.
You don't see anything wrong with this, and you are also naming them here while everyone is gathered.
That's our bad. I'll take the blame for that.
Yeah, you may take the blame for that, Nate, but they won't care. If they come for us, they're not going to go, oh, it was Nate who summoned us, we'll only punish him.
All right. I don't see how that changes our current circumstance, though.
I'm not sure what will trigger the traps or the protections of the labyrinth. They never affected us, citizens of Littlebrook, when we went down there. In fact, I was surprised to hear when they triggered when you went there. And for us, it was merely a place out of the way, a place normal people couldn't visit.
I suppose it might be a difference if there's something or someone already within the labyrinth. Because that's what changed.
Certainly could be, but yeah, I suppose.
I don't know.
I mean, but think about it. Yeah, if Wenceslas was there and it activated when we went to go and retrieve him, maybe it's built to protect whatever's inside it.
It's a possibility.
Where is he anyway?
He's painting. Mrs. Blackbird says.
I'd be interested to see that when he's done.
He plans to show it to everyone when it's ready.
Okay.
Matthew, is there any other place in the city that is like warded or protected in any way?
In the city, no. There's no other place.
What about... Lars, sorry, go first.
Lars, your workshop, can anyone enter, or did you need your permission?
It has some defense, but I don't think it's like warded against entry or anything.
But would you say that it's probably better than nothing? Or maybe the huntsman's cottage?
For what?
For transporting out Blackbird when a place
into my hollow might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. So we place one mirror in the labyrinth and one mirror in your workshop.
Mm-hmm. I think that sounds like a decent plan for that aspect of it, yeah.
Good. Then we have that sorted out at least. Matthew, I kind of agree with you. I've been struggling with the same decisions as you are right now, but this is the best solution if it succeeds. And the likelihood of it succeeding, we cannot speak to that. But from our experiences and our travels and our workings around in all different places here, and the things we have seen, we would deem it not impossible. But the contract, there would be a way eventually when it falls, and we will keep drawing the ire of this thing until it's satisfied. And the only way is try to stop it permanently.
Here's a thing, though. If it succeeds, it said it wanted to take us back. And if that happens, well, you can still seal Littlebrook. I think, at least. Tide looks at the others. Because we might not be able to come back while the contract is in place, which means probably forever, but at the same time, that also means that they can't come back, so yeah.
So what you're saying is that if you fail and they take you to their realm, we should just commence the ritual, the contract.
I think that's the safest thing. Or is that not?
Well, certainly if you feel that is the way to do it. How do you know that they will be satisfied with bringing only you 6 with it to its realm?
We're not certain, but that's what she said. Either she gets the baby or she takes all.
Did she swear on it? Was there a promise?
I don't remember.
Jonas is trying to remember. Did she swear on it?
Maybe?
She did.
Oh,
okay, brilliant.
No, sorry.
And also within the head.
Sat down on my notes. Pay attention to me. Okay, sorry.
We're gonna be saved by a cat.
Literally, the whole desk empty.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
What's yours? I look at the others. Do you think that's a good idea? Is that like the last stand, the last plan, if everything fails? But also, I'm sorry, I keep thinking of things out of order. But also, don't they get weakened if they stay here?
Certainly, they are only able to exist in our reality for a little bit before it starts to weaken them. There are,
so what happens if we seal them here somewhere?
If we were able to, then certainly they would. I'm not. I don't know.
Is there some way to trap them here?
I don't know.
Contract. If that stopped the transfer of all that magic stuff from Arcadia, then yeah. If we let it get in here and then we sealed it, that would probably work.
I believe it would require much more for the seasons to exclude one of them from returning to their realm rather than excluding them from entering ours, or just a small portion of ours. Yeah. I presume.
And could you, while the last contract was in effect, could you leave? No, you could not leave.
We could leave, yes.
Okay.
We could leave and move on with things, but we chose not to. At least I was held to believe that we could leave, but we've had parcels going back and forth as well with Minneapolis, and certainly they came unscathed. So
Yeah.
And Nova starts yelling. Then we have to fight. We keep coming back to
Yeah.
we all we gotta do. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But then we're just back where we are anyway. And she wins. So let's just pretend like this is the only thing, like that we have to fight. And if they have to close stuff up, then they do. But I don't think I have any other choice. Like
And
last stand time.
I have an idea how to get the seasons to want to do this with us too. Because if we say, look, if you don't help us, and if we don't destroy this monster, then this town is getting sealed and seasons are not going to come around. They don't want that, correct? They were mad at you for that.
No, I don't think that's correct. They were displeased with us because the contract wasn't sealed properly.
Okay, never mind then. Well, do you have any idea on how to involve them, connect them, tell them to come help us?
They wouldn't do it without a large offering. They don't have anything against the fair folk by themselves. They helped us because we offered them lives. I don't think anything less than that would interest them, at least not to the extent that they would help us. I could certainly try, but it takes a lot out of me just merely communicating with you must understand that the rituals I conducted for you was merely showing you the way to essentially unveiling the presence of the seasons to your minds. Actually communicating with the seasons is a drawn-out process. They're not like you and I, or us, any of us. They are timeless concepts. They've existed for all of time. To them, we are a flicker of a moment. Oh, my apologies, Flicker. But we're nothing to them. They don't care one iota whether we live or die.
Well, we might be dying anyway, so how do we try? How do we at least, get something out of them?
We do have something. Our contracts.
Yes.
You should be able to summon up some of their power from within you. You're linked to them, but I don't think there's nearly enough to kill one of them. Perhaps one of their servants, hobgoblins for certain, especially with the summer being the combative, the aggressive season. But to challenge the gentry themselves, I don't think that's possible with the extent of your contracts right now.
But we have the thing for them. We have the way we're going to defeat capital T them, and then we'll use the stuff that we have for anybody else that comes.
All right.
Yeah, we wouldn't have put forward this plan if we didn't think we had at least a shot. So I believe that we have the proper amount of weapons once Lars is finished, and if we don't, I don't know if there is anything more we could have gotten. I think we just have to prepare with what we have.
I agree with Jonas. I think that we're doing everything that we possibly can, but I also think that having the ritual as a backup is a very good idea.
Right.
Because there is a distinct possibility that we will not be able to pull it off. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't try, but I also wouldn't be able to rest in whatever afterlife we have if my failure put my family at risk.
Let's do it. I think we're all in agreement. And you see Renee, the spider handmaiden, who's become the de facto leader of the group of refugees, she kind of steps up and she goes, we will fight next to you. We've talked it over. Everyone's in agreement. We owe it to you and to ourselves to stand up against one of their kind. if you have any weapons to spare, we will use them.
Are you
I look
sure?
over.
I mean, do we even have a choice?
This isn't your home. This isn't your town.
This is our home. This is the world we came from. You gave us this freedom. We didn't even take this freedom ourselves. We want to fight for it. And you hear like murmurs of agreement from behind. We will do what we can to help.
Then I need to get to work. I need to leave. Because if I'm making more weapons, I'm going to need all the time I have.
Before Lars leaves, Nova will grab him before he goes.
Jonas will look over to Archibald and just see how does he look.
Archibald is actually stepping up to Lars. He goes, "Can I help making the weapons?"
Do you have skills at smithing and crafts?
I'm a fast learner, and I've helped the blacksmith of my previous ruler. I could try.
Good enough.
There's one other thing that you all can do, though, which is if everything goes bad, and it's not going to necessarily, but if you need to survive, I need to tell everyone, every single changeling, everyone, that there is a way to stand up for yourself. That looks at the other changeling and is like, because so long as there are people that will fight against them, so long as there's people that will revolt, there's strength in numbers. Never forget the names that never forget our names. We just start something and maybe we will end it, but if we don't, you have to keep this going, okay?
Of course. You think we're going to die? You think you're going to die?
No. I hope not. Well, we gotta try.
All right.
Sorry, I interrupted you before, Nova.
Oh, she was just saying that before Lars goes, she's just going to grab him before... Okay, and then she'll say, first, could you put your phone over there for a second? So this phone isn't on?
Okay, sure.
Okay, and then when they're both she's like, okay, she's going to look around if there's nobody else and whisper, what about plan C?
Plan C, I don't think we should mention to anybody else.
No, exactly. Just if you want, you can hand it off to me when it's ready, and I won't say anything, but that'll be in between destroying them and putting the contract back.
Yeah. Plan C is before Michael. Okay. He's plan M for Michael.
Okay. Just slip it to me when it's
Matthew.
done. Yeah. You just slip plan C to me when it's done, and I'll take care of that part.
Okay.
Okay. And then she's like, don't forget your phone. I mean, you should probably destroy it, but, everyone seems really attached to him. So, okay. And then she'll just go back to where Amanda is.
Amanda's kind of looking like she's a little bit regretting her decision, but in for a penny and for a pound. So she goes, I'm not really much of a fighter, but I will try to help out in any way I can.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not really one either. I'm really angry, but also I can't really back it up. But that's okay. If I gotta throw rocks, if I gotta throw pine cones and then they're on fire, I'll show you that. It's really cool. But I'm here, Amanda. We found each other again, and we're not going back.
All right.
So, you, me, I'll fight with you if you fight with me.
I'll fight with you. For you. I mean, with you.
Okay. So, the plan, as I see it right now, just that we have all are on the same page. We fortify the labyrinth. At the innerst most point, we'll put Miss Blackbird and Tide. And a mirror. And we need someone to lure them in. Maybe now he's not here, but maybe Lars with his car could lure them if they're not coming our way. But hopefully,
we can lure them
our way. Yeah.
I mean, I'm more than capable of making enough noise. I'm sure I've pissed her off enough that she'll come for me.
When she attacks, basically, we don't know what she might do. So then Tide will bring Miss Blackbird through the mirror to Lars's workshop, and I'll be there as well. And me and Tide will then protect her if it she comes there. If the contract, we need to find a way that we can bring Matthew through the entire labyrinth. Maybe Silas could take charge in that, or maybe Jim, so that they can bring Matthew to the ritual chamber if necessary, because that would be on the opposite side, basically, of the labyrinth. I also think, I don't know which experience everyone got here, but Silas and Jim, if you can be responsible for the more concrete battle plans, the fortifications, where the choke points are, because that kind of thing I'm not sure about. But maybe you are more. Maybe you too, Nate.
All right.
Jonas, I can help reinforce all the fortifications you like, but I'm probably the worst person here to come up with battle plans. Just keep it simple, and I'll do what I can.
You were a hunter. You worked closely with yours, so if anybody knows more about fighting, I don't know who would in this group. I mean, sure, I was a soldier, but that was 2 lives ago.
If you can come up, Silas, with...
Don't get me wrong. I mean, when it comes to fighting, I think...
You're muted, Trev.
We don't hear you. You muted yourself.
I can tell you where people are likeliest to come into the city, especially through the secret places that no one thinks about. But I can only do so much. I'm not the smartest one here. But let's go over the battle plans together. Just fix the weaknesses we have, and we can make something work. I really think that.
Yeah. Just try to come up with all the things that would have made it difficult for you to get by, and maybe that will help.
That I can do. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna want to get some walkie-talkies and such for all the different stations, or so to speak, so that we can have good communication. It's pretty bad reception.
You remember that buzzing, though? Do you think she might be listening?
What buzzing?
Phone calls, when you make them, there's a buzzing. Wasn't there before, but it's there now.
Did you think I destroyed my phone just to be fun? I mean, yeah, but...
It wouldn't be out of character.
Okay, yeah, I can't really argue against that. Okay,
So I think we have just discovered a wonderful use for Amanda. You were saying that you aren't a fighter, you aren't a warrior, but you can carry messages.
Yeah. I did some of that stuff. I mostly made shoes, but I suppose I could carry messages.
Wait, did you say you made shoes?
Yeah, I was a cobbler.
Okay, Amanda's with me.
Okay. I mean, I fixed and made shoes. I don't know how that's gonna help, but okay.
Because you know how to make straps and stuff, which will help with making armor for people.
I guess I could.
The only thing that I can add is, if possible, add some bodies of water, even just buckets, to wherever we're taking Miss Blackbird, just so it makes things easier. The more the better, obviously.
There's an underground river by the Yellow Room, if you recall.
Yeah.
That's where you made the
and we'll put some buckets in Lars's workshop as well. I'm thinking about this whole reception thing. Do we have any like magical contract means of communicating if necessary? Like between the Lars's shed and the labyrinth?
I don't know.
No, we don't have anything.
I'll try to think something out then. But yeah, maybe we should start heading over to the labyrinth and see what can be done there, and see where we need to make our stands and what choke points there are and everything.
Okay. So, if I understood correctly, the plans are fortify the labyrinth, equip as many people as you can with weaponry, I suppose. Put Mrs. Blackbird in the Yellow Room, together with Tide, water, and a mirror in Lars's workshop as well. And that's where Jonas is also going to be. And yes. And Jim and Silas will be bringing Matthew to the Yellow Room in case things go south. And the contract is the last resort. Okay.
Correct.
Is the Yellow Room the ritual chamber basically where?
Yes, that is correct.
That has a big hole in the roof.
That is correct.
So maybe not have that as the secure place, because that's very easily accessible, but somewhere further in the labyrinth.
All right. Okay. I think this is a perfect time to take a little break because we're doing a 3-hour episode this time. So I'm going to say we will be back in 10 minutes. So everyone can do a refill, get their things in order. We can feed our cats. And we will see everyone in 10 minutes. Stick around for the conclusion of our story. See you soon.
Oh, God.
And we're back, ready or not. Here we are. Welcome back, everyone. We've had a wonderful break. Not panicking at all. And now we're going to go straight for it. So, the day before the battle, Jonas, you receive a phone call, rather a text from Mrs. Blackbird that says, Wenceslas would like to meet you at the lake. This is the morning before, so you have a whole day, essentially. Oh, are the cameras not on? Cameras?
Hello?
Oh, I think I'm like Nova's where Jonas is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Because oh boy.
That was our plan.
Oh, okay. And how did that happen?
Magic.
What the heck? That is some banana stuff going on right now.
Jonas is so sneaky.
I was going to say, this is to protect our identities. We can't give away names if all our names are jumbled up.
Yeah.
All part of the plan.
Part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
Oh, God. I thought that Zoom didn't do this. Thank you very much, chat, for pointing that out, though. Small but crucial detail. All right, there we go. So, Jonas, you have been told that Wenceslas would like to meet you at the White Stag Lake, which is about an hour and a half away.
I'll be there, and then the lake is quite a while away.
It is.
Right?
It is.
I ask if they can come and pick me up.
Yeah, they do. Actually, Wenceslas arrives in their Volvo, Swedish car, strange. And it's one of the old 940s, so it's got this long front S940, whatever it's called. And he actually looks a bit better than last you saw him. He's still skeletal in the way he looks, but there's a glimmer in his eyes now that you wouldn't see before. And his hair is not quite as thin and brittle as it used to be, and he smiles at you and nods to the passenger seat. So we need to do this over at the lake. You will understand when we get there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Jonas gets in the car.
All right. And Wenceslas is quiet during almost the entire trip, and he's gripping the steering wheel with an intensity that's like you can see his knuckles are kind of whitening. And the music that's playing is basically it's classical. You think it might be Mozart or Beethoven. You were never really a fan, I suppose. Although, again, you were like, 15 when you were kidnapped, so didn't really have time to delve into that field of music unless you were specifically into that.
Jonas is gonna just like a bit on his phone have Tide's number ready to push.
Speed dial.
Yeah.
You're about 5 minutes away from the lake when Wenceslas kind of looks over at you, and he looks grim. And he says, Jonas, are you afraid to die?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it goes back to silence again, driving.
Jonas is starting to get a bit freaked out right now.
Yeah. He parks next to the lake. You have the floating docks. He walks out on it, motions for you to follow.
I follow. Still keep basically my hands in my pockets and my thumb on the dial button, ready to push.
Yes, Jonas, what do you know about autumn?
It's when the world grows slowly colder and darker from summer to winter.
It's true. It's what happens in our world. The trees lose their leaves. Fruit rots, falls off. Seeds are planted and buried in the soil for spring to come after winter. But in essence, fall is, in many ways, the death of life. Winter is merely the absence of it, or the blanket atop it. Autumn is a season of darkness, Jonas. It's a season where we look inside of ourselves and we consider what is it in the darkness that we are scared of, and we look into that darkness and we accept it and we use it. You are a darkling, Jonas, which means that for you, this shouldn't be news. You are a creature skulking in the shadows, a boogeyman, a monster under the bed. And the thing about monsters, Jonas, is that they don't really die. And with that, he just shoves you backwards into the water. And you fall into this ice-cold water, and you sink right away. You can't swim. It's like you're a rock. You just start sinking towards the bottom. And the little light glimmering as soon just disappears, and you're surrounded by this darkness. What do you do?
I try to orient myself and then try to swim back to the surface.
You're trying to swim, but it's like you're made out of lead. You just keep sinking, and it's like there's no end to this lake. There's no depth. You don't see any fishes. You don't see any seaweed, nothing. It's just pitch darkness. As you're sinking down there, you start thinking back to the time when you were an actor, when you were a performer, when you were living lives, you were doing things exactly the way you were supposed to do. You were filling out a role. But in the little time in between, every single moment is coming back to you. Every single moment where the memories of what just happened is fading. And you're remembering who you were. And it's horrible. You're experiencing thousands of lives just vanishing, memories seeping out of your head. Just cold.
Jonas is like trying to just stay focused and block it out, but cannot. So he is like, without a mouth, he shouts out in the water as much as he can, and just try to like block the memories out.
You do this, and you see a small boy, a young boy, with his back against you, and he's crying. But as soon as you see him, you realize that he has everything that you're missing. You can fill that hole in yourself if you just took it from him.
I'll take it from him.
Yeah. You take it, and it just fills you up. It makes you feel complete. You sink your fingers into his face, and you can feel it just melt around your fingers, dripping down like wax. And you take his face from him, and you realize that the young man that you just did this to, it was you. But just as soon as you did that, the emptiness begins to form again. And the beginning of a face you were getting is just vanishing again. You're faceless. And there's another you there. There's hundreds of them. They're all crying. They're all lonely. And they all have what you want.
I'll just start swimming towards them, trying to like grab them, almost like more and more in a frenzy, almost like grabbing their face and just putting it on, and when it starts melting, goes over to the next and just grab that and put it on my face, and start like shouting to them to give it to me, give it to me, give it.
They're not offering any resistance. They're weak and frail. And for a moment, just for a moment, you realize that this is how it must have felt when it took from you everything. And maybe, just maybe, you understand why it did it. Even if it makes you sick to your stomach, you sort of realize, you understand a little bit about your keeper and what they did. And then you're lying on the beach, facing the sky, the blue sky, and Wenceslas is looking down at you.
What was that?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Tell me.
I saw darkness, and I remembered from my durance. I think I understand her better. Gross.
It's disgusting.
Jonas tries to gets up.
He helps you up. He's not doing much. He's still very frail. It is disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also just a little bit tempting.
Yeah. What am I saying?
It's fine. I'm also of the Autumn Court.
Is that what I was?
It was. Ours is the most difficult of the courts, and the one that many of our kind gets lost in over time. But it offers insight, and that, Jonas, is sometimes worth getting your hands dirty for. Just don't forget who you are, and don't forget what they did to you. It wasn't you who did this to yourself, it was they. Don't do it to anyone else, unless they deserve it.
Yeah. This could be useful for tomorrow.
Could be. Let's go back.
It's
all right. I'm tired. This was a little more exhausting than I thought it would be. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it must have been much worse for you. I'm sorry. You can tell me more about it on the way back if you want.
Jonas is quite lost in thought when he gets back into the car, and for the way back, he is the one quietly in thoughts, staring out the window, thinking about what he experienced and his endurance.
I've found, Wenceslas says after a while, I found that painting often helps letting it out a little bit. I can show you some. I can help teach you if you want later, once this is all over.
Thank you.
Of course. And you return. And with that, we are going to get to the day. The day of the new moon. 14 days, I believe it was, after you made a deal with her. When she told you, give me the child, and I will leave you and Littlebrook alone. Keep the child from me, and I will take you. It's a muggy day, warmer than it should be, cloudy, pressure's high. The air is, for lack of better words, wet. Sweat just going out of the door. Strange weather for September, which it is right now. Lars, you've finished all the weapons you could make. Swords, knives, spears even. Or halberds, rather. As well as a decent amount of ammunition. Both for shotgun cartridges as well as handgun bullets. Amanda turned out to be quite good at not only making straps for armor, which you've made, but also making bullets. Seems like she had a natural talent for that, so she just kept chugging them out. And you get enough handgun bullets now to fuel a small war, perhaps, at least for a while. Should be enough, even if Nate just goes hog wild with the guns. Silas, the helicopter, you have to tie it down with chains because you've caught it flying around on its own during the night.
That's about right.
Yeah, there were a few soldiers amongst the refugees. They've helped train the others. They're all ready to fight. Archibald as well seems to have decided to take the fight to his former master's kind. Tide, you've prepared buckets of water in a room in the labyrinth. Not the yellow room then, but perhaps further in. Maybe even in the cushion room, which seems appropriate because The contractions have started. Mrs. Blackbird is having a tough time right now, as she is about to deliver a child. Where are you all gathered? Where are you waiting?
I'm going to be outside of the labyrinth, just barely, with a shotgun across my lap, just sitting there, waiting for the first sign of trouble.
I'm outside Lars's workshop, and just like nervously shaking. And I think I've told the other ones, like, if things go sideways and she's coming for us, somebody run out and call me and Tide, so that we know.
You where's everyone else? That's two of you.
Nova would first check with Lars to see if Plan C was made.
It's done.
So she'll have the backpack that Jim had given them all those times ago, and she'll put it in the backpack, and then just see if there's maybe like a redstone knife, something small that she can just carry on herself. And then her plan is just to be wherever Principal Blackbird is, because it has to seem like that's where the baby is.
So Lars had made a knife for Nova, a sword for Tide. For Silas, he had made punching daggers. So you actually hold the handle and the blade comes out between your knuckles. And then he'd made bullets for Jonas and shotgun shells for Nate. And then for himself, he has a knife out of the redstone. And then whatever else he would have had time, maybe make some spear tips or arrowheads. But I don't think he had time to make anything more, anything larger than that.
Where is?
And then,
oh, sorry.
And then some armor. I think mostly Silas, and then I think Tide as well. Since they're...
If I may, no, you finish first, then I'll go.
So he made a heavier armor for Silas and something lighter for Tide, because they're the two that were most likely to be up in hand-to-hand combat.
So at Lars's workshop, is Jonas, Nova, and Lars as well, or?
Yes, because he's probably there handing out everything and having spare weapons and have his probably have some of his workshop items loaded into the back of his van so that he can go to places that need help. Like, hey, we need to shore this up or that up. He's on standby to go to where he's needed to make repairs or to help build fortifications or whatever.
Right. And where is Silas?
Silas will be working on the fortifications whenever.
So Labyrinth, then.
And eventually get the armor somehow from Lars. Presumably both did each other.
Yeah, it's a 15-minute car ride between Lars's and the Labyrinth, so it's very important you decide where you're going to be. Everyone is included.
I'll be on the fortifications then.
Okay.
Before,
Yes.
if I may, well, that says like the way the mirror walk works. I need to call someone's name who's looking into the mirror, into this mirror, and they point to the mirror in the workshop.
I'll be there looking at the mirror.
Okay, so I will call your name. Okay, and all right. So I guess we're going there then. And yeah, Lars, thank you.
But
for working
wait
so
until
hard.
wait until she's like like in the labyrinth. She's close, so she doesn't just turn around and walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll figure something out.
Speaking over the phone, of course.
Tell Lars that thank you for the sword.
I'll thank him for you.
And thank you for working hard.
When things starts to open up, I don't know how we contact Eliza, the bee, but maybe she heard our name, heard when her name was called out. Maybe you can see if you can try to get her attention and see if you can return that favor that she owes us by sending reinforcements or something. Nate could probably call in some favors.
And where is Nate?
Nate is outside of the labyrinth.
Labyrinth, gotcha. Where have you put in the other changelings?
Probably positioned strategically to optimize their lines of fire within the labyrinth.
Everyone. So, Jim, Patty, Amanda, Flicker, 27. Yeah. Okay, they're all in the labyrinth. Gotcha.
Actually, what we should maybe do is, instead of having Jonas in my workshop, have one of the less warrior-like of our 27 or something like that. Maybe Matthew could be there.
Matthew needs to be in the labyrinth for the contract.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
And we also need someone who to help Miss Blackbird. The Tide is not a nurse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's certainly. She's not very happy right now. Like,
well, maybe one. Yeah, so go.
I was gonna say if with Plan C, Nova definitely needs to be right by her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she could help however she can.
So Nova is not in Lars's, but rather in the labyrinth. Gotcha.
Yes, she's with Blackbird in the labyrinth.
Gotcha.
So maybe one of the changelings we rescued is in my shop, and that's whose name you'll speak. That
Archibald is there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. But Jonas, I wanted you to know that no matter what happens, I'm very glad that I got to see the real you again. Because it's been a while since I have.
We'll do a proper catch up after all of this.
I hope so. It's been fun.
It's been fun. And I'm glad that you found me eventually. And the cats agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Lars, you have good cats in your backyard.
Keep the rats down.
Yeah. I'm gonna. So Jonas is there with us, right?
Well, currently no, Jonas, Lars, and Archibald are in Lars's. Everyone else is in the labyrinth.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll see you later.
Right.
Yeah, and I have given Nate one of the beans to get the reinforcements from the one who owes us a favor.
Okay.
The Arch of Midsummer.
Yeah, I don't want to say it again.
Wow.
Nate. Yeah. I put down the phone. I'm like, Nate. It was Jonas. He says that we should probably, or you should probably, call upon the bee that we saved, and see if she wants to come last minute.
So now, should I plant the bean and then? Hello, Sanguine Duchess. I'm calling your name. I need to redeem that favor.
That's not the same who you got the bean from, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. The bean is the different dude. I'll call him the Sanguine Duchess first, though, before I plant the bean. I'm gonna say
you just call her
Duchess.
You just call her name out. don't get a response. But
I'd like to invoke that boon you gave me. I need help, reinforcement, something to fight what's coming. Can you hear me?
No response. No signs that you can see of anything.
Oh, shit. Huh. Okay, then let's maybe the Arch of Midsummer. He owes us something, right?
3 beans, 3 favors. You got 1 bean.
Yep. I'm gonna plant a bean.
All right. What do you do with the? You plant a bean.
Yeah.
And you.
Arch of Midsummer, can you come? Again, we need your help. We have these beans and we're ready to redeem them for favors.
Where are you planting this bean, by the way?
Just in the ground, outside of the labyrinth.
Okay. Nothing really happens when you plant the bean.
Tide, is there something I'm supposed to be doing? Do I have to say a magic word or wave my hands or something?
Here, I take up my bottle and I pour a little bit of water on it. I don't know.
You
Does this
can.
help
I'm gonna roll a kenning here. You have no idea what you need to do.
Shit.
Well,
what if we all died because Nate has a shit occult score? Oh boy. Do we have to? Hello, Sanguine Duchess.
Or Sanguine Duke.
Sanguine Duke, Duchess, Bee Lady.
Arch of Midsummer.
Arch of Midsummer, yeah, you too. We need you made a promise. We made it, we have a little deal. And you're breaking it right now, and we don't appreciate that.
Just say what you want.
We want reinforcements. Send us people with weapons, bodies that we can use to defend this place.
I'm afraid I have already fulfilled my promise.
Huh? How'd you do that? In what way?
The voice is just across the room. You asked me if I could come. I have.
Perfect, you're here. Then help us.
I'm afraid that will require another favor.
Oh, fuck you. You piece of shit, Archduke Midsummer, whatever. Oh. Anyone else got another bean? Let's spend that. Make them help us.
You're Nate, aren't you? The voice continues.
Maybe I am?
I've heard of you. Tell you what. If you can promise me the title of Sanguine, I will provide you help.
I don't have the power to make that promise.
Oh, but I think you do. You're a contender. Give that role to me, and I will provide you help.
I'm just gonna look back to Tide like, what the fuck do I do?
Am I hearing this too or not?
You're not hearing anything. It's just Nate.
So I just turned to Tide after staring into the woods for a minute, just like, what the fuck do I do?
What are you talking about? Are you okay?
The Arch of Midsummer's here, and he wants the title of... He wants me to promise him the title of Sanguine Duke. But I don't know if I should do that. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't.
That title?
I guess I do.
You're a contender.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
There's a small pregnant pause before he goes, you have a right to fight for the claim of the title.
So if I give you the title, you can go and
You
fight
cannot give me the title, you can give me the role of contender.
If I give you the role of contender, then you can go and fight for it.
Yes.
Then it's a deal.
Perfect.
What did you just... Okay.
I don't want to be I don't want to be the Sanguine
The bean sprouts suddenly, becoming this large bush of vines spreading out, and from these vines, little buds grow, and these buds just swell and expand, and coming out of them are about 20 and 24 things that look vaguely the shape of human, except they are composed of many different kinds of flowers. They have no distinguishable faces, but they're like vines coiled together, full of different kinds of flowers. You count 1, 2, 7 different types. And they all line up in front of you, standing still.
Perfect. Hold the line, guys. No matter what happens, don't let that thing through.
They hold the line. They stand in the line. And as you do this, Jonas, were you in Lars's workshop?
I'm
outside it, right?
Yeah, I like leaning at the door, but when things are getting tense, I'm gonna get in. But yeah, sure enough, for now I can be outside.
Mm-hmm. You see someone come walking towards you across the highway. It's a person wearing a suit of armor. Slightly familiar.
How is it familiar?
You've seen that suit of armor once before. And it walks towards you. It gives screeches with every step, the rusted joints of the armor moving. And as it comes closer, you see something staining the metal pouring out of the visor. You don't see anyone inside. And you hear the voice of whoever's inside, which is echoing quite a bit, saying, "The lady wishes for the child."
Jonas swallows and it's at the labyrinth.
The labyrinth, which is located where?
I describe where the labyrinth is.
Very well. You will accompany me there.
No.
You dare defy me, little changeling? Do you know who I am?
Please remind me.
I am Lord Rot, Herald of the Lady of the Woods, the Birch Mistress.
I will not follow you. I will not be a part of this. Leave me out of it.
I'm afraid you're already quite a part of it, changeling. But for now, you can remain here. I will return shortly. And he turns on his heel and he just walks away. And, yeah, sorry.
When he's like, I can't see anymore, with shaking hands, Jonas is just gonna bring up his phone and call Nate.
You call Nate, but Nate doesn't answer. Instead, the line clicks and clicks again. And then another familiar voice addresses you. Jonas, what are you up to? You hang up?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Hell yeah.
Speaker turns on your phone.
Oh,
Jonas,
no.
What are you up to?
Jonas is just like staring at the phone as it's a snake in his hand or something, and then just drops it and starts stomping at it with his heel.
And it dies. It doesn't speak anymore. Suddenly, a screech from the loudspeaker that's hung up over Nate's used cars. Jonas, where's the baby?
At the labyrinth. At the labyrinth.
Very well.
I give the description again.
click, it turns off. Nate.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only ones. Oh no, Nate and Tide. You're both standing outside the labyrinth. Actually, before we go to you, Nova.
Yeah.
Nova. Yeah, she's giving birth.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, the baby should just, like, basically do most of it on its own, like, right? So, but, so don't worry, Mrs. Blackburn, hi. Okay, you're cool. And she's gonna be, like, kind of, like, see if there's, like, a towel somewhere. She'll just, like, take part of her shirt and just, like, be dabbing at her forehead. Okay, you got this. Like, it's like nature. Nature does this all the time.
Even when it's been in there for 18 years?
Okay, you stumped me on that one. But, I mean, it's gotta come out. It's gotta get real bored in there. I'm sure it's ready to come out.
Oh, I'm not going to play out that whole scene, but you can certainly roll a medicine roll, intelligence medicine, if you want.
Fantastic. Oh, no. Okay. I think that's negative.
Oh, my God. Famous last words.
Yeah, so, like,
Why did... okay. Everyone else is in there. Matthew is in there as well, by the way, so I'll roll a collective roll for them as well.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, help, hey, help,
Yeah.
help.
There's a little bit of a crowd gathering around. There's a whole lot of hot water and warm towels, but not a lot of baby delivery going on. Something you notice, though, is that there is a heartbeat in the room that you're in right now.
Okay, Nova will, it seems that there's a crowd, so she doesn't have to be the only one focusing, so she'll just start, like, looking around and trying to see if she can find out where that, if she can figure out where it's coming from.
It's everywhere.
Okay, she'll, hey, does anybody else hear that, heartbeat? Not a baby heartbeat, but, like, a room heartbeat?
Yeah, everyone is nodding.
Okay, we gotta make sure the baby's okay, and then she'll start fiddling with the backpack a little, like just kind of getting ready for some sort of switch or,
Yeah. So, while this is going on, Tide, Nate, Silas, are you also outside the labyrinth?
Yeah, I'll be with you.
Tide just goes, I should probably be going back. Or do you
Yeah,
want
they'll
me
need
to
you in
stay
there.
here? They don't need me in there?
No, I said they will need you in there.
Okay.
We'll hold out.
Okay, I'll,
There's someone
I'll
walking
go.
across the field. Something catching the
I'll
light.
zero my sights in on him, or on it.
It's a armored someone walking towards you, bearing a banner that, Tide, you recognize quite well, because you were looking up at it every single day when you were standing guard by that fountain. It is, of course, the banner of the Lady of the Woods.
Or are you just trying to figure out how to put it in there?
Who's talking?
That's the banner. This is happening. Nate? Don't die.
I'll try my best.
Tell you, but I will not tell you until after this is over. So if you want to know, don't die. I'm gonna
All right,
go.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'm gonna.
Before you go in, if I could get some water, that would be great.
Of course, I hand you the bottle that I have on me. Is that enough?
Yeah, this will be enough. Thank you.
The dragon copter is hidden a little bit away, tied down at the moment, but close enough to get to if you need it. The knight keeps walking.
I'll raise my gun and say, halt. The last chance.
For what, Changeling?
Turn around and forget about all of this. To go home.
Do you know who I am?
I'm gonna blow his head off.
It's pretty far away still, but you can certainly roll firearms dex.
No, I'm gonna let him get closer. I'm gonna let him get closer so I don't miss.
You told him to stop. He's 30 feet away from you.
I'll lower my gun. What do you want?
I'm here for the child. Promised to the Lady of the Woods. The Birch Mistress.
Again. And this is the last time. If you continue this, you will die, and your mistress will die.
Are you threatening me?
I absolutely am.
I am unarmed. I am here for a diplomatic purpose, and you are threatening me.
You want to know the funny thing about you being unarmed? I don't care, and I'm going to shoot him.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, that's not bad. Those are 2 10s right there. Okay, that's 5 successes total.
All right. You shoot the helmet off. It goes flying. There's nothing in there.
Of course. Never can be easy with you guys.
A word of warning, Changeling. Attack me again, and you will have incurred the wrath of my mistress. She will be in her full right to wreak vengeance upon you and your lot.
Buddy, I don't think you understand the situation.
I don't think you understand the situation.
No, we understand.
He takes one step towards you.
Don't take another step, buddy. Don't do it.
He takes another step towards you.
Last one, buddy. Last one.
One more step.
Alice lets the hand down on Nate's shoulder. I'll try to talk to him.
All right.
Oh, the ogre can speak. The headless suit of armor continues walking towards you. Honestly, I'm surprised you're wearing clothes.
I shrug. I'm pretty picky about what I wear.
How droll. Hand over the child.
Thought that a diplomat would have something to say, not just an ultimatum.
It's not an ultimatum. You made a promise. Do you intend to break the promise to my lady? You see the grass where he stepped has been withering beneath his feet. And where he's standing right now is kind of just seeping out. Grass turning yellow, then black.
Glances at the grass. This is definitely a being of rather incredible power. Fortunately, he's been amassing power of his own. And he replies, standing still and unmovable as a mountain. Clearly, there's been a difference of opinion. And because that the question of where the baby should be is... The baby is with their mother right now as they're being born. Seems bold of you to come in and demand it immediately, much less continue to insist on it.
There was no time frame aside from the 14 days. I will ask one more time before I will inform my lady of your refusal to fulfill the promise you made 14 nights ago.
The answer is this. If you're the lady's representative, then I challenge you to a duel on behalf of this baby. If you win, you can go on and address
I refuse. The baby or war?
That's the thing. You start a war, it'll start right here and work its way up. Or you can have the duel and then take the result back to the lady, which I think is a good starting point for whatever else she wants to do.
There's silence for a moment. And then the the rest of the armor just starts shaking, tensing up, and then crumble up into nothing. And as suddenly as if she'd always been there, the same woman, Alpine features, black eyes, long hair, snow white skin, red lips like blood, stands on the field. She goes, I said no to him. You are Silas. You are hers. You are mine. I don't believe I've raised someone so insubordinate. Well, I have to take the paddle to you, Silas.
I don't know, miss. I've grown rather big for that sort of thing now.
Have you now? Bring me the baby. And I would like you to roll willpower, Silas.
Sure. So if I have willpower 5, that's 5 dice, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And 1 success. Chris.
1 success. You feel like something is going to split your skull right now. You can't focus. You can't think. It's as if you're being pulled into 20. Someone's pulling at you from both directions. But you don't do what she tells you to, which seems to annoy her. But you can't stop her as she starts walking past you. And the 20 or so flower creatures, Nate, at your disposal starts running towards her. And a hedge goes up straight in front of them. They're actually caught into it, tangled, their body's not moving. And she keeps walking, the hedge splitting for her as she continues towards you and Tide. Walking past Silas for now.
I'll put a shell through her. Let's see what happens.
All right. Roll firearms.
That's 1 success.
That is not enough. It misses. Promises were made. Do you know what happens to those who break their promises?
I think I do. And I'm going to shoot again.
Your gun can't fire. There are vines growing out of it. And it starts crawling up your arm. Thorny vines are stabbing to your...
I'll toss the gun away as quick as I can.
Tide?
And
will you give me the baby?
I don't have it.
You can fetch it for me. All I ask is for 1 child. I will leave everyone alone.
Why do you want a child?
That is none of your business.
It's just a question.
And I refuse to answer it. Give me the child!
Will you wait here?
I will wait for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Right?
What?
Okay. I just give Tide and not Tide. I give Nathan and Silas a look, and then turn on my heel and run inside.
You run inside and you realize that the machinery has stopped. There's a heartbeat in the entire thing. Nova, there's a gasp coming from the crowd. And you hear, there's no baby. Where's the baby?
Okay. So she is gonna she's gonna remove the package from her backpack and just kind of hold it, just so she has it on her, and she'll run over and look. What's going? Ms. Blackburn, are you okay?
She looks exhausted, but not in pain. What's going on? And you see how Renee, actually the maid, Spider maid, said, there's no child.
Is that anything? Did anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Then we're just gonna.
Where's my child?
I don't know.
The heartbeat continues.
No. Okay. So this is stuff that is very mystical and beyond my understanding, I think. Hi. Well, we're gonna figure this out, but we gotta take care of this first, okay, Mrs. Blackbird? Like we gotta take care of the danger first.
Okay. She's trying to calm down, but she's obviously having a bit of a panic attack right now.
Okay, you stay here. And I was actually gonna go to like almost the entrance because she doesn't know whether she's waiting.
Tide. Yeah, you run into Tide.
Yeah. Okay. Tide. She's gonna look around. Is there like anybody else around her? She's like, Tide. There's
just you two.
Actually, you know, she's not even gonna say anything. She's like, what's going on out there, Tide?
She's out there. She's gonna wait 10 minutes, she said. And then she's gonna, I don't know what she's gonna do, but I said I'll come in to do the thing that I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
They're gonna do the thing. What are you doing?
Okay. Too much to get into. But look, and she'll like.
Is this the child?
She'll like, and she'll just put a little bit of the cloth aside so Tide can see inside.
What the?
It's a child. It's the child. We have to protect ourselves, right? We'll just give it up. We'll just give it up. I'm not going back. So and she starts saying this like really loud. Like I'm not going back. So let's just give the baby up, and we can protect ourselves.
Nate, you're hearing this.
I'm gonna go to the mom.
And Silas is hearing this as well.
Something's up. Like, all of a sudden, they're just giving up the kid. I'm not taking my eyes off this lady, but at the same time, I'm now incredibly curious as to what's happening.
Nova will just start walking if Tide says that she's out. If they're out there, then Nova will walk with the baby outside.
Yeah, I just go into Miss Blackbird to do the rest of the plan.
Yeah.
So you're doing this, Jonas, you hear a strange sound. This is right after the night lift. It sounds like boots marching. And you see on the highway rows upon rows upon rows of armored knights walking down the highway, spreading out through Littlebrook, going to every home, dragging people out of their houses.
Jonas is just gonna go into the workshop. It's like, okay, they're here. Everyone's here. It's just Lars in there, right?
Yes, and Archibald.
Can we fortify this door? Because now her knights are here. They're coming in here. They're going through the city now. You're muted.
They're doing what?
They're look out for yourself.
So Lars will run upstairs and look around.
Yeah, as you look out, you see how Martin, the owner of the junkyard, is being dragged by the scruff of his neck by an armored soldier. Two more having their weapons trained at him. There's For every person in Littlebrook that's being taken, there's at least 3 of these soldiers. And they're dragging people, and they're heading towards the green, the center of the town, from what you can see.
Okay, we need
Call
to
them, call them and
end
tell
this.
her, kill her now.
Yeah. So Lars will pull out his phone and he'll call Tide because Nova destroyed hers.
Tide is, at the moment,
Besides,
unreachable.
oh no.
Can't reach Tide.
She would be in the labyrinth. She has no reception. Silas or Nate, maybe.
Then he'll try Nate.
Nate, your phone's ringing.
Pick it up. Hello?
They're taking people in town. Do it now.
Yeah, about that. Things kind of went south immediately. You jammed the gun up
Nova
the
Plan C.
Nova, I've been told to tell you Plan C.
Oh, is she out?
You hear? Are you yelling that down into the?
Yeah, I'm yelling that down.
Nova yell, the hell with anybody's plan. I'm saving myself. I'm coming out with the baby.
Oh, son of a bitch. Nova's coming out with a baby. What do I do?
That's Plan C, dumbass.
Oh, shit. Okay, fuck.
Get out of the way.
I don't like this. Anyways, I'll hang up and I'll get out of the way.
Nova, you come out with the baby.
Yeah.
You see the woman.
No, keeps her eyes down, and is appearing very scared, and she's like, okay, so I don't want to go back, and I don't want to do this, and just take the damn baby. This isn't even our fight.
A flock of butterflies comes up to you, just so many of them, and they lift almost impossibly the baby out of your arms, or the baby, lifting it over to the lady. And she smiles. She even pets your head, Silas, as you're still kneeling. You're recovering from what just happened. And she goes, "Was that really so hard? One life for countless more. After all, you mortals, you breed like rabbits. Disgusting." And she takes the wrapped baby. She cradles it in her arms. She pulls away the thing covering the face. And she shrieks. Not sure if it's in pain or anger, but she shrivels up like a prune, just drains and turns into dust that spreads across the grass. And the baby just falls dunk to the ground. Red glass.
What the fuck?
Nova will be like, I told you, I'm never going back. I hate you. I hate you. You're gone.
The shotgun, is there, is it still got that vine hanging out of it?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to yank the vine out and maybe put a slug into the pile of dust just to make sure.
Yeah, you grind it into... it burns your fingers a little bit, but yeah. Suddenly, the ground starts shaking.
Nothing can be easy around here, can it? Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, so hey, here's the thing. There's no baby.
What? There's no baby?
This might be related. There's like a big heartbeat all over in the labyrinth, and there was no baby. And okay, I just thought I'd update you. And she goes over and she stomps on the dust a little while she's talking.
Why can't anything make sense?
You see perfectly manicured nails, sharp as razors, against the sky. and you see impossibly large the face of the lady as she's holding you inside a glass sphere. Everyone outside sees this. And you hear her voice booming, and she goes, I really do not appreciate being lied to. And almost cartoonishly, the world you're in shrinks, contracts. But you're still there. You shrink with it as well. And you find yourself in the green of Littlebrook as the buildings start. First you think they're collapsing. Then you realize that they're being deconstructed. Brick by brick by brick, they're just disappearing around you. The trees shrink down, replaced by older trees, bigger trees, thicker. The wild forest is reclaiming this area. The hole in the ground is still there, but everything else is gone. But the river and the small field that you're on. And the people of Littlebrook rounded up, guarded by hundreds of soldiers.
Do we, me and Lars, see this as well?
Yes, you are also pulled to the green.
Oh, shit.
There's a buzzing noise in the air. It's louder and louder and louder.
What do we do? Plan F, what do we do?
No, don't say Plan F.
Question. Tide ran into the room with Miss Blackbird and tried to, but I guess they didn't manage to get to the mirror before all this started happening.
No, they were outside, the other ones. They weren't in Lars's thing. No, they're not outside. But you hear the heartbeat very loudly. And from the mirror, this swarm of insects are coming out. It's a massive swarm of mosquitoes, of flies, bigger dragonflies, hornets, and bees. Lots and lots of bees are flying out, zooming past you, out through the hole in the ground. And Nate, you see a familiar face in the cloud of insects that's coming out. Nate, it's Eliza's voice.
Yeah?
We'll need to have a talk after this.
We certainly will.
And the insects start attacking the soldiers immediately.
Oh, hell yeah.
What do you do? What do you all do?
Is Lars's beetle here?
The beetle is there.
Okay. He'll yell to Jonas, get in.
Jonas just gets in, runs as fast as he can towards the beetle.
And I'm assuming the guards are kind of in a ring.
Yeah.
All right. Lars is going to just drive into them.
Yeah.
And start basically knocking them down.
You start driving over the guards, and as you're driving, suddenly you're no longer in the car. You're in the beetle. You're on the beetle, and it's just tearing with its massive horns. It's an Atlas beetle, after all. And the soldiers are flying left and right. The people of Littlebrook are actually fighting back as well. Catching this moment, you see them, Joan hitting one of them with a frying pan in the face. Everyone's just fighting back for it. Silas, what are you doing?
Silas, finally having recovered from the mental influence of the Lady of the Woods, takes the water that Tide gave him and flashes in the air in a showy trick, waiting as the water coalesces around his hands in the form of... Can I make them into ice gauntlets from water?
Can you do that?
With the contract fake cunning, I'm using the loophole right
Well,
sorry, elemental weapons.
Fey Cunning, which is on page what?
Not Fey Cunning, elemental weapon.
Elemental weapon.
I have it right here. It says, Fey Cunning. Retain defense against firearms.
Elemental weapon. I think Fey Cunning is a different one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still on page which one?
Page 147.
Elemental. Oh, it's Elemental Warrior. Sorry.
Elemental weapon is page 147.
Elemental weapon. I have it right here. Performs a trick within the element. Fashion an archaic weapon from the elements, applying success to increase weapon rating or range.
You will need to, let's see here. You will need to, the loophole you were asking about. A showy trick, throwing water up into the air. I'm not sure I would call that a showy trick, unfortunately.
A bottle flip.
You did a bottle flip where you wanted to land upwards?
Yeah.
You're the one that everyone was doing stuff.
Call cocktail.
Bottle flip to and
That's showy though.
Okay, bottle flip. I want you to roll a Dex Athletics. See if you can.
And which is one success. It was critical. Let's see. And that's the second. A second critical.
Roll again.
Okay, so just 2 successes.
2 successes is enough. The bottle almost tips over, but then it lands. And yes, I will say that's a show enough trick that yes, you don't have to use any glamour. You got ice fists.
I have to do the present survival word roll for the actual contract.
Yes, that's true. We gotta hurry up though. We only got 20 minutes left to go. So. Present survival word. How many?
There's 1 success.
1 success. Okay. So, yes, you get ice gauntlets. You succeed. Okay. What is Nate doing?
Anybody who isn't currently being fought by the townsfolk or run over by the beetle is getting shells pumped into him.
All right, you're shooting out. Go ahead and roll a firearm skills. Roll, please.
Yep. Okay, that's 2 successes. Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So Nate, you're firing off left and right. There's enough soldiers around that hit a few here and there. They're hardly as protected from this as any others will be, and they go down. They kind of sizzle and burn into their powder as you do that. Silas, you're breaking loose as well with your fists. You're punching left and right. They go flying, breaking almost halfway through when you punch through them. Nova, what are you doing?
Nova is looking upwards. Can she still like the lady still there?
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's there. She's watching.
Yeah, Nova is just like yelling. She's like, I fooled you. You're horrible. Do you know you're ugly? You're so ugly. I was supposed to look at all the pretty stuff, and I watched you, so much, and you're ugly. Uglier than a butterfly. Uglier than a moth. I hate you. And she starts like, her shoulder blades are kind of going almost like wings.
Mm-hmm.
And just yelling everything she hates about her and how she's just you're nothing. You're nothing and or never going back and I hate you.
You see how her face actually turns into this deep scowl as you do this. And then she's gone from the sky. And instead she's standing in front of you. And she's still scowling. She goes, "How dare you? You ugly little thing."
Nova's gonna try to stab her with her knife.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
What would that be?
That would be Dex weaponry.
All right. Okay. Oh, hey. 3 successes.
3 successes. You catch her off guard almost. She's about to step towards you. She didn't expect you to do anything out, and you stab her in the arm, and she screeches. This time she doesn't wither up like she did before. Obviously, this is, or you probably think this is the real one, because she's clutching at her arm as these red lines are spreading out, and she just bares her teeth at you and cuts her own arm off. It just vanishes into a cloud of butterflies as she's staring at you. It's like, how dare you? Jonas, you're next in the car. Are you... Sorry, Lars?
Oh, Jonas, go ahead.
No. You go, Lars.
Oh, I was just going to say, if Lars spots her, he's going to turn and try to run her down.
Okay, go ahead and roll Dex driving.
Good thing I put a whole dot in drive.
And as you're doing that, Silas, you hear the roar of your dragon as it's flying through the sky. And likewise, there are armored knights riding in on giant butterflies, coming to help their mistress. But the dragon just crashes into one of the sideways and eats up half of the butterfly in one go. And the rest just spirals down towards the ground, crashing and plowing through the ground before they dissolve into dust. So how many successes? 4? Tide, she's looking... Nova, she's looking extremely pissed at you, and she starts walking towards you. The arm kind of just beginning to grow out again when she's completely hit by the beetle and sent flying. Except she actually grabs onto the horn of the beetle, and with a scream of rage, she just breaks the horn in half. And she stares up at you now, Lars. Vermin, you're all vermin. I'm going to purge you from... I'm going to take everything from this city. Tide, what are you doing?
Well, good question. Where am I?
You are standing on the green.
With everyone else. And
with everyone else.
Miss Blackbird there.
Miss Blackbird... Oh, yeah, you went inside with Miss Blackbird, so you're still in the labyrinth. Yeah. Everyone is scared and confused. What's going on out there? What's happening?
Clear. I need to go to the mirror. I need to do this. And I tried to invoke my mirror walk by calling Archibald's name.
You start calling Archibald's name, but as you do, someone actually calls to you, Tide.
What?
It's from the mirror.
What?
It's someone wearing a hat. It's a shop that you recognize. You've been in there before. It's caffeine.
Caffeine?
It's like, I brought reinforcements. Are you fighting her?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, can we come through?
Yes.
And you see suddenly how caffeine just pulls through, and little Big Tim is following as well. And there's just everyone from the Goblin Market that you saw were being killed, were being eaten, being sold. They're just in a big daisy chain coming through the mirror. And they've all got weapons. Like, we're here to help. We heard that she was coming here. We managed to build up a resistance force. I got coffee.
Whatever.
You want coffee right now? I think I can make some coffee right now.
Let's have coffee after this is over.
All right, after this is over. Little Big Tim, you're making coffee. And he said, sure.
Okay, listen to me, quick, now.
Yes, I'm listening.
First of all, thank you. Second of all, whatever she wants, I think it's this heartbeat. And I look at the room.
Okay, that's weird, but sure. But who am I stabbing? Who are we stabbing?
Lady, why? You know the lady?
All right, where are they?
Outside, I think.
All right, and she just storms out, leading this small army out of the labyrinth. I'm not talking fast enough. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit tired. Yes. So, as the last person goes through, and there's got to be like 100 people coming through. The other changelings in there go as well. Like, there's a fight going on outside, and they just storm out after. And suddenly you're alone with Mrs. Blackbird.
Miss Blackbird, I I'm gonna try to get this
Tide, you're
contract
right.
going, but
This heartbeat, it's my baby. I know it. I can feel it. Something strange is happening here. But my baby is alive. I don't know what's going on, but...
I'll try to contact... I can't contact them.
Yes, I'm here. Archibald is calling from the mirror.
He's still sitting at the mirror in the workshop?
Yeah. He was overridden by caffeine and the army.
Let me see if I can do that.
Do what?
I don't think I can talk to him.
No, but he's there.
I can just go through it.
You can go through.
I can go through.
And anyone you're holding.
Anyone I'm holding, but I looked at Miss Blackbird and I'm like, what do we do now? Do you want to stay here?
I don't know. I should be with my child.
Well, I can't leave you.
I'll
what
be
if
fine.
something happens to you? Can you fight? No, you can't.
No, the fight is out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and if things go bad, it's gonna come here. Then what?
Well, if things go bad, then they'll go bad. It doesn't matter if you're here or not. If it goes bad outside, it's gonna go bad in here too. I can defend myself. It'll be fine.
You've just given birth, dude. Sorry, no. This is not happening. I'll come back. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just hold on tight for a minute. Mm-hmm. And I touch the mirror here. Mm-hmm. Come, stand, look into the mirror, okay? I'll be back.
Okay.
So I go through to Archibald and I'm like, I'm invisible. Mm-hmm. I have to roll, I think.
It's fine. You go through the mirror.
Okay. Because it says I'm invisible for X amount of time. Okay, yes. Never mind. I'm invisible.
If you want to be invisible, you don't have to be.
Okay. I don't want to. It's fine. I just go through to Archibald. Mm-hmm. And I start looking around. Something's wrong. This plan won't work. Where's Jonas? And where's...
They left. I don't know. I'm here.
What?
I'm still here. They left. They went outside.
What?
Well, Lars went outside.
I go to look outside.
Yeah, you see what's happening outside.
But the green is not supposed to... Oh, God. Okay. Yeah.
You see Flicker, by the way, with, plastic barrels of some yellow-like stuff that she's just scooping out and tossing, and it's burning, landing on soldiers, sticking to them and burning, and they're screaming in quite a lot of pain. And she's laughing while doing it.
Okay, the problem is we can't bring the baby here. Because the baby is the labyrinth.
Are you talking to Archibald?
Yes.
I don't know anything about the baby.
Well, you're not listening. Okay.
I thought that was your thing. I thought you were going to solve that.
Yeah. And we can't. Okay. Decision time. I need to go fight this thing, but... Okay, come with me.
Okay. He follows after you out.
I just grab into the mirror again and go, Blackbird.
You go back to Blackbird. Silas, what are you doing now?
Now that all the soldiers are pretty much bowled over.
It's not all of them. There's quite a few soldiers left to fight, but...
I guess I'm going to keep throwing out punches until they decide to fall over.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and see an example against one of the larger soldiers.
You hear the very familiar sound of playing cards, or rather, perhaps, trading cards in the spokes of wheels as you see two familiar figures coming your way on bikes.
Look blankly at the two great troll ogres who have shown up to the party. Lads, please tell me you're here to help instead of having to be ones that I have to fight.
They stop their bikes. They look at you. Why'd you leave?
Seemed like the thing to do. I sigh, shrugging my shoulders lightly.
Why'd you just decided to leave? We can leave?
You can.
They can't look at each other. All right. Just screw this. They can kick their bikes to the side, crack their knuckles. Never liked working for her anyway.
That's, I say, cracking my own knuckles, getting ready to launch right back into the midst of the heavily armored soldiers. It was always great working with you.
Same to you, Silas. Say, cracking.
And with that, I launch back at the soldiers.
Yeah.
As I'm defending the freehold against enemies, you get quite a bit of a bonus on top of my normal roll. So
go ahead and roll a dex brawl or strength brawl check just to see how much ass you're kicking, because you're kicking ass right now.
I had 14 dice with 5 successes.
All right. You're kicking ass and taking names. You're basically plowing your way through these soldiers that are like crushing them in your fist, and you see that they're kind of wavering, and suddenly, however, as if it's always been there, a very large white castle is visible in the distance. Nate, Tide, Nova, you all recognize this castle very well. I mean, in fact, everyone would, because you saw it as well in the distance when you were in the Goblin Market. Not quite this way, though, because it is alive. It is some kind of creature making its way towards you. And as it does, and it's enormous, the ground shakes with each step it's taking, this golem of a castle. And you see the lady's just standing up after having been driven over. She's holding the broken horn of the beetle in one hand. Jonas, what do you want to add?
Yes. When I see all this happen, I'm still in the car, and the car, I guess, is standing still. So Jonas just turns invisible.
Okay.
And like loads his gun with a redstone bullet, and just starts running towards her. The face, and just like gets in front of her, tries to get close to her and say, "Stop this!" and then fires as close as he can the bullet.
All right, roll Dex Firearms. You're muted. Sorry, didn't hear.
I'm gonna willpower it.
Okay. 3 extra dice, right? Or is that? Yes.
No successes.
No successes. You miss. And immediately she looks at you. Doesn't matter that she sees you. She says, "Jonas, why would you do that?" And you feel the impact of the beetle's horn in the side of your face. Right. How many wounds do you have?
I have taken 2 health levels of damage already.
Right. How many health levels do you have left?
5.
You take 5 health levels of damage as you're sent flying, slamming into the beetle and sliding down its side. And the woman, the lady, mother, the beautiful face, looks at all of you, eyes blood red. She goes, "I should have drowned you all instead of taking you in." And Nate, what are you doing right now?
So Jonas just missed his shot. I think I'm going to do the classic Nate thing and try to follow it up, but this time not miss, hopefully.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Let's see. This is Dex Firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Onyx Dice app. Load. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. This is for all the marbles. Big numbers. Not terrible, not good. 2 successes.
You fire, hitting her in the shoulder. She just roars and tears off her arm and quite a bit of shoulder as well, staggering.
Doesn't look fun.
She turns to Silas. And Silas, you smell cherry pie. You hear the crinkle of oven paper. The soft static music of radio in the background. She goes, Silas, why would you do this to me? Why are you hurting me? You should protect me. Silas, what do you do?
The face of the mental assault, I start to falter. Of course, it takes very little time for me to remember that while eating the cherry pie, while taking the seat of the bike that I had, I remember how painful it was. I remember the consequences for failure. And I say to her, we're protecting you right now. We're protecting you from making a giant mistake and getting involved with something that is beyond your knowledge. You should take the win and leave before you watch everything else collapse around you.
She takes a swing at you with the horn. What's your defense?
5.
5. 3. That is a hit. You take 3 health levels of damage as she slams the horn into you. Like, foolish child! She turns to Nova. Nova, sweetheart, I can make you beautiful. I can make you perfect like the butterflies in the sky. Help me.
Nova just leaps up and tries to stab her in the face.
All right,
Hell
go right
yeah.
ahead. Roll.
Okay, so that's the same dex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Don't forget willpower. Why is no one using willpower?
I got 3.
3. Okay. You stab the knife into her. She moves just enough to stab her into the clavicle, and it's lodged, stuck in the bone, and she's howling at you, like sweeping away at you. So she's. What's your defense?
3.
You take 4 points of damage.
Okay, she just yells, "You're ugly!" And she hits the ground.
She howls at you. Tide, you've always protected everything that I have. Why don't you protect me now?
Tide is still with Bliss Blackbird, though.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were there.
I mean, I wanted to run out so Tide would actually see all this, so that's fine, I guess.
Let's say you're running out. You appear just as this happened. Tide, help, protect me. Protect your master. You're always my most valued servant.
I was?
Yes. You were like a child to me.
Oh. Right.
She's holding out her hand to you, smiling.
Well, you were not like a parent to me. You were not any kind of parent. And I just kind of grabbed the sword and just like...
Okay. Go right ahead and roll.
So I don't have to. Oh gosh, I don't...
Spend a willpower.
Wait, there is another thing.
Spend a willpower.
Hold on.
No one using willpower.
I knew... hold on. There was one thing I just read and I was like, this is good, I'm gonna use this. Okay. So I have the red sword, right? So
yes,
I'm
you
using
do.
that one. Okay.
Willpower.
Willpower for
3
another die.
3 extra dies.
extra dice. So what am I rolling exactly? Sorry.
Just roll 8 and higher. Dex melee. Dex melee.
Dex melee. So.
Dex weaponry.
Dex weaponry.
Weaponry. So like 4, 3, and then 3 extra.
Yes.
Oh crap! Okay, that's 10 dice. I hope I do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 are 10s.
So over 8? 8 and above?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Reroll the 10s.
6 successes.
Oof, okay. Where do you stab her?
Get her good.
I actually just try to cut off her head.
Okay. You cut about
You are
this
not
way.
fit to be a parent. Ever. And just like...
You cut about halfway through her neck before she slams the weapon against you. And you take 2 points of damage as you're pushed away. And she's clutching her throat, kind of staggering around. And she walks over to where Jonas is and just lifts him up.
Isn't that...
I'm dead or unconscious, right?
Yes, you're unconscious. You're not dead. Yet. If she does.
Yet.
Yet.
If you let me leave, I will spare his life. She's got her back against you, Lars.
So she's backed up against the beetle?
Yes.
Okay.
Staring at the other ones, holding up Jonas.
As this is happening, I'm just out of the shotgun. I'm just slowly, to not make any noise, sliding back the chamber, taking a slug, because I've been firing buckshot this whole time, taking one of the solid slugs out of my pocket, putting it in as slowly as I can so she doesn't hear me getting ready to blast her.
All right. Lars, what do you do?
I stab her.
Okay. Roll.
With my red stone dagger.
Mm-hmm. Roll Dex.
Weaponry. That's what you do. And I spend a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me 8 dice. All right. 9, 10, 8, 9. So 4 successes plus another 10. Do I keep re-rolling?
You keep re-rolling 10s, yes.
Okay. Okay, so 5 successes.
5 successes. You cut off her hand that's holding Jonas, and she screams, turning to look at you for a moment. Nate, roll Dex firearms.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk right up to her, gonna get right in her face, some point blank range. And I'm spending a willpower here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get 8 dice there. It's 4 successes. 5 successes.
Nate, she managed to say before you pull the trigger, and her head is gone, and her body just turns to marble, collapsing into pieces, and everything turns white. And I think that's where we're going to end for now. And there will be an epilogue episode later, which we will record together and release in a while, because unfortunately it is midnight and we have played for 3 hours.
We're out of time on Littlebrook, huh?
Oh yeah, you can say that again.
Did we do it? Did we not do it? Oh my god! Stay tuned to find out!
We will try to record, hopefully sometime we'll find a time to record, and I'll put it up on my channel. With a little, we got Victor here joining in.
Hey, Victor.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching and for playing. I'm sorry we had to end it here, but I hope you look forward to the epilogues.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for watching our Changeling Littlebrook.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been a crazy couple of months. I love you all so much. Take care. Stay safe.
Check out the Kickstarter.
Check it
Legend
out.
Lore.
Legend Lore.
Bye.
And thank you so much for all this time. Before we go, one more time, we love you. Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Good
Bye,
night.
people.
Bye.